Hello everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to the Spin Zone. This is another Spin Zone video, and I've got 11 albums to show from my previous week or so's listening, so let's get right to it. First up is Starless and Bible Black by King Crimson. All of these albums, with the exception of I think two, are records that have been sitting in my crate for a while. That's been kind of the theme of this month because I haven't been buying new albums except for the haul I got the other day from VCLT and contests. But this album here has been in my crate for a while. And actually, I planned on playing it, and Bill from the Vinylverse played it the same day, or he just beat me to it, I should say, because I post all these on Facebook and Instagram. So this is only my second, I think, King Crimson album that I've played so far. I've gotten The Court of the Crimson King, and I bought a brand new reissue copy of Red, which you'll probably see in a future Spin Zone. But for now, I've got this one here. Here's the back cover. How do you describe King Crimson music besides it being prog and a little out there and very focused and precise, while at the same time being a little wild and rocking? So I don't know. It's hard to explain this music or this album. I mean, I liked it. It certainly was a very good listen. It's certainly good played loud. So leave a comment below. How would you describe King Crimson? I mean, there's obviously different versions of the band, throughout the years. I think this was towards the end of the first version or iteration of the band before Robert Fripp deactivated it for several years. So yeah, this was a good listen, and I don't really know what else I could say about it. It's like trying to describe air, I don't know. It's escaping my mind a little bit. What's not escaping my mind is Ray Charles. This is his album, New Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. I've been going through all of my Ray Charles albums, and of course I just got another Ray album the other day from Hannah, so thank you. And this is a good one. I mean, it's Ray's twist on some country classics, but they sound nothing like country music. So I guess in a way, this is the perfect country album for me. I did have Volume 2, which I bought both records on the estate sale, but it ended up cracking. And I think I gave it to Steve Value Vinyl. But this volume here is excellent. So this should be in everyone's collection. Ray Charles. Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. I love it. This one here does not have a cover because I found this inside one of the albums that I got at that same estate sale that I got the Ray Charles from. This is called Going Out of My Head. It's by Little Anthony and the Imperials. And it's like early 60s doo-wop. If you heard some of the songs, hey, there's my dog. Hi, Jinx. If you heard some of the songs, you would probably recognize them, like, of course, Going Out of My Head. What was the other one? There was another one on here that I recognized immediately. But it's great music. And even though this copy is kind of beat up, I don't think it never shows on camera how scuffed up it is, but trust me, it is. But it's still played okay because the vinyl itself is pretty heavy. So it played decent. I mean, it still had some surface noise on it, but what are you gonna do? And even though it doesn't have a cover, I still gonna put this in my collection. Who knows? Someday I'll come across one maybe. But Little Anthony and the Imperials Going Out of My Head is another great listen. And then after that, listen to Howlin' Wolf, Moanin' in the Moonlight. This was one of my Black Box Record Club records that finally arrived, and I couldn't wait to play it. So that same day I played it. Here's the track list, if I can show it without glare, which is kind of impossible in this light. This is another essential album to me, I think, in everyone's collection, just because you can hear where so many artists got their influence from, like Led Zeppelin among them, easily Eric Clapton, a lot of the British guys, because this is like a blueprint for so much music that came later that was more popular later. But yeah, Howlin' Wolf's not a smooth singer by any stretch. He's definitely a from the gut type of singer. He's definitely all about feel. And it's a very raw sound compared to, say, like Muddy Waters or even, somebody else along those lines, or B.B. King. He just goes for it, kind of shouts out the lyrics. But boy, is this a powerful listen. Moanin' in the Moonlight by Howlin' Wolf. Everyone should have a copy of this in their collection too. Then we do a 180 from Howlin' Wolf, and we get the super smooth sounds of the Mamas and the Papas. Found this copy sealed at an estate sale, which I know Emma, you love to go to estate sales too. Emma from 8 Vinyl Low, who's got a great channel, by the way. You should check her out. I found a copy of The Wall at an estate sale too, but I had to pay $1 for mine. She only paid 50 cents for hers, so she beat me on that one, but still. For a pristine original pressing of The Wall, that's a pretty good deal no matter what. But anyway, back to the Mamas and the Papas. This is the greatest hits compilation. And like I said, it was sealed, so it's got no surface noise, no pops, no scratches, just a clean, clear sound. And every hit from this band is on here, so this is pretty much all you need from them as far as I'm concerned. Either this or some other greatest hits. Classic music, classic harmonies and vocals, and of course you have the Wrecking Crew as the band. So you really can't go wrong for some late 60s pure pop. Farewell to the First Golden Era by the Mamas and the Papas. Good stuff. Another one that I've seen pop up on other VC videos is this one, Experience Unlimited. The album's called Free Yourself. And this was the Vinyl Me Please album for May. And this was another one that I couldn't wait to play. It's on like bronze colored vinyl, but I'm not going to pull it out of this bag. It's too much of a hassle. These are the only albums that I store like this with the record on the outside, so I can just reach in the top and grab it. These bags that they ship in are nice, but they've got the resealable flap, which I don't really care for, and it's so tight in here that it's very difficult to get them in and out. So once I get the setup done here, I pretty much just leave it as is. But anyway, Steve Carlson showed this, I think, on his last video, and he explained it probably better than I ever could. So this is like a funk soul album. It's from the Washington, D.C. area. It's a reissue from '76, and I loved it. I think these last 2 months, Vinyl Me Please has been nailing it in terms of their releases. Now, for June is a different story. I ended up swapping the Essential record for the Lost Paramount tapes by James Booker. I'm going to be getting that one on the strength of Cheap and Cheerful Record Collector's recommendation. and some sound clips that I was listening to. So that one I switched out. This one I kept. I did not switch out for this one. And this is a great, great album. If this gets a wide release, which I think it probably will at some point, would get a pretty high recommendation for me to check it out if you like funky soul albums. So Experience Unlimited for yourself was a good pick for Vinyl Me, Please. Then we have Look Now by Elvis Costello and the Imposters. Now, I'll talk about the music first, and then I'm going to talk about the pressing. The music on this album is great. Show the back cover here. And I haven't really paid attention to new Elvis Costello music since like 2002 with When I Was Cruel, that album. So I guess in that way, this is something of a comeback for him to me. Oh, there's my dog again. She just won't stay still today, will she? She keeps going up and down the stairs. Oh, well. And the music, like I said, is really good. And his singing is very smooth this time. He's not straining and fighting to hit those high notes like he does on a lot of his recent music, which, there she goes again, which sometimes drives me crazy. That dog is driving me crazy too, but I'm not starting over. I think this is a butt ugly cover. Don't like this cover at all, but the music is pretty stellar. In fact, I really enjoyed Unwanted Number. That's probably my favorite track off of here. Burnt Sugar So Bitter, Under Lime, Suspect My Tears. These are all great tracks. And this is very much of a throwback to the classic Costello sound, to me. Now, as far as the pressing goes, Mr. Costello has the worst luck with vinyl pressings because this is like the third or fourth album of his that I bought, new, where the record has haze all over it. I'll pull it out and see if I can show it on camera, if you can see. I don't know if, I don't know if it's going to show. It probably won't. But trust me when I tell you, it's got haze all over it. And it was dirty. I mean, I started playing the first side, and after about 3 tracks, my needle was clogged with dust and dirt, and it was actually muffling the sound. So I had to stop playing it, clean it, and finish playing it again. This is just like, this is beyond bad. This is not anything that is acceptable for brand new pressings. And I don't know what it is with Elvis and his record companies, but for some reason, I've got several albums of his that are just shitty pressings. And even after I cleaned it, there was, there was surface noise on this damn thing. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, come on. This is a brand new record. So, yeah. It did come with a download card, and quite honestly, that's probably what I'm going to listen to more than this. Because this is just, I don't know, this just ain't acceptable. I mean, you agree with me, right? I mean, if you're paying new record prices to get a new record, you should at least get a clean copy, right? That isn't hazed over, something that's pressed properly and clean. I don't think I'm asking too much. So, anyway, Jimi Hendrix, Cry of Love is the next album. This was also a longtime Crate resident, only because I told myself I would save these for almost like special occasions because I love Jimmy so much. And then when I bought a lot of his albums, I got them a lot at the same time, so I didn't want to like blow through them all one after the other, or burn myself out on them. So I think I have like one more album of his to play that's been a Crate resident for a while. But This one here is actually a little more of a subdued album than a lot of his other stuff. I mean, Freedom is on here, Easy Rider. A lot of these songs I've heard before on other compilations and other, even newer albums. So a lot of this material wasn't new, but it didn't seem to be as fiery and energetic as a lot of his guitar playing was on other albums. I mean, it was still good, don't get me wrong, but it was just a little bit of a different sound than what I was used to from Mr. Hendrix. Then we have a double album here, Bring On the Night by Sting. This was from his Dream of the Blue Turtles tour. And this is Jazzbo Sting. This is Sting touring with Wynton Marsalis. And he's going the smooth jazz route on a lot of his songs. But what's cool is he kind of blends songs off of the Blue Turtles album, which was his current record then, with Police hits. So, like, One World, Not Three turns into a different song. I can't remember which one off of Blue Turtles. But all in all, this was a pretty good album. I love Sting anyway, at least up through the early 90s. So I've got several of his 80s solo albums on vinyl, and I just wanted this one more or less to complete the run, so to speak. But this is a great double live album, and while it's not very much Police sounding, it's definitely unique in Sting's catalog, because he definitely went the smooth jazz route with this live album, which is okay. I mean, he makes it work, and his voice is in fine form, so we love Sting. Bring On the Night. Couldn't stand another hour of daylight. Stevie Nicks, Rock a Little. She had a birthday this past week, so I played this in honor of her birthday. This was a Back of the Crate resident for quite some time. Here's the back cover. Didn't care for this one as much as I did her earlier albums like Belladonna or even The Wild Heart. This one's okay. It's got the big 80s production. She's kind of straining with her voice a little bit. She's sounding more goat-like than she normally does. You know what I'm talking about. So this one was just, eh. This was a sealed copy at the time too. So there were no problems with the sound quality. But the music was just okay. And I only recognized You Can Talk to Me on here. So this was her album from, I think, 85 or 86, Rock a Little. It was just okay. And last but not least, this was the other Black Box Record Club record that I got. Folk Festival of the Blues, featuring Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy. This is a European release, actually. And this was a live show recorded in Chicago, July 1962, at the Copacabana Club, which obviously is no longer in existence. But, yeah, these three guys are three of my blues icons, so I don't know how they did it, but Kyle at the Black Box Record Club nailed it with these with the two albums that he ended up sending me that I finally got. So this is basically just an album of the three of these guys taking turns singing lead and playing, and it's just a great album. I mean, what can I tell you? I don't know if this is available. I've never seen this one before or even heard of it. So if you're a blues fan, if you're a Chicago blues fan, I think you would highly enjoy this album. So Folk Festival of the Blues featuring Muddy, Howlin' Wolf, and Buddy. Great album. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to bring this in at just under 20 minutes, so I'm going to shut up now. Thank you all for watching. This is pretty much just a all business video. Sorry, guys. Tomorrow, I plan on doing a Discogs video. I'm up to 470 albums logged, and I just ran out of outer sleeves, which I'm really annoyed with because I wasn't paying attention. And I'm going through my collection, adding or replacing inner and outer sleeves as needed to kind of standardize everything in my collection so everything is protected. But I'm blowing through especially the outer sleeves a lot. So, okay. 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Peace, everyone. See you soon.